Amani kutoka yuko wo is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man Adam called son, S-U-N, Mother Nature, Mother Earth. In the name of the true begotten Son, Emmanuel, Imanuel, Matthew 1:23, whose name is Go with us. In the name of the true motherland, Nigritia, Nigritiia, which means land of the wolves. Kiswahili, Tower of Babel, man's first tongue. Amani kutoka yuko, peace from above. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to be here. Fugahawa Sabasiku, happy 7th day. Fugahawa Sabasiku, happy 7th day. Today is the 7th day. Today is the first day of the weekend. Reading from the Book of Life, Kitabucha Uzima. Reading from the New Testament of Emmanuel, Agano, Jipya, Imanuel. Reading from the the Espistle of Paul, the Apostole to the Romans. Let me say again. The Espistle of Paul, the Apostole to the Romans. Chapter 8. There is therefore now no condemnation to those who are in Emmanuel, who do not walk according to the flesh, but according to the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Emmanuel has made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God of God did by sending his own begotten Son in the likeness of sinful flesh on account of sin. He condemned sin. He condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteous requirement of the law might be fulfilled in us who do not walk according to the flesh, but according to the Spirit. For those who live according to the flesh set their minds on the things of the flesh, but those who live according to the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God of gods, for it is not subject to the law of God of gods, nor indeed can be. So then, those who are in the flesh cannot please God of gods. But you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. If indeed the Spirit of God of gold dwells in you. Now, if anyone does not have the Spirit of Emmanuel, he is not his. And if Emmanuel is in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit is life because of righteousness. But if the Spirit of him who raised Emmanuel from the dead dwells in you, he who raised Emmanuel from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through his Spirit who dwells in you. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not in the flesh, to live according to the flesh. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you will live. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, those are sons of God. For you did not receive the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you received the spirit of adoption, by whom we cry out, Father. The Spirit Himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Emmanuel. If indeed we suffer with Him, that we may also be glorified together. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be received in us. For the earnest expectations of the creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of God. For the creation was subjected to futility, not willingly, but because of him who subjected in hope. Because the creation itself also will be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. For we know that the whole creation groans and labors with birth pangs together until now. Not not only that, but we also who have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, eagerly waiting for the adoption, the redemption of our body. For we are saved in this hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For why does one still hope for what he sees? Interesting. But if we hope for what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with perseverance. Likewise, the Spirit also helps in our weaknesses, for we do not know what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit Himself makes intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. Now, He who searches the hearts knows what the mind of the Spirit is, because He makes intercession for the saints according to the will of God. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to His purpose. For whom He foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the image of His begotten Son, that He might be the firstborn among brethren. Moreover, whom He predestined, these He also called. Whom He called, those He also justified. And whom He justified, these He also glorified. What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own begotten Son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Who shall bring a charge against God's elect? It is God who justifies. Who is he who condemns? It is Emmanuel who died, and furthermore is also risen, who is even at the right hand of God, who also makes intercessions for us. Who shall separate us from the love of Emmanuel? Shall tribulations, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for your sake we are killed one day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Yet in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other created thing shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Emmanuel, our teacher. Okay. Chapter 8, verse 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, those are sons of God. One more time. Did you see what it said? Sons of God with the baby S. Because I represent him with a capital S. Yeah. Because he gave me the knowledge to communicate with Adam. God gave me the knowledge to understand that when Adam refused to present himself to God, that it wasn't because he was ashamed. It was because he was naked. And he knew knowledge. His knowledge told him, I am not going to present myself to my father naked. I don't care what it did yesterday, because yesterday I had knowledge. And with my knowledge yesterday, I presented myself to my father naked because I had knowledge. And I was not in a position to disrespect. The concept never even came into my mind that I was naked. So I wasn't disrespecting him. But when I bit from the tree of knowledge, I know I'm not supposed to present myself to my father naked. I'm just saying. That's what he's saying right here. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, those are sons of God. One more time. When you understand the position that you placed in as you being an example. One more time. Because I'm knowing, just like it said 24, verse 24, for we were saved in this hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For why does one still hope for what he sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with perseverance. 24, 25, verse 24, verse 25. Hope Yeah, that we don't see. Hope is what you don't see. You don't hope for something that you can see. I hope for some money, and I got some money. One more time. I understand because one more time, it's saying that Emmanuel is gone. But one more time, pay attention and notice Emmanuel as who he is, the begotten son of God, my big brother, my teacher. One more time. That's what he did. He would sit here to teach us how not to sin. He would sit here to teach us that the sins that was at the beginning are not the same because this is no longer the beginning. One more time, you have to free your mind. You have to read the book of life because you can never see it if you're reading the Bible because you're not going to say Emmanuel. You're going to say Jesus. I mean, you're going to say Jesus. Mm. One more time. It's time for you to free your mind. Call what you see, and then you can do like me. See all that in there? That's where it was some Jesus. And all them other places is where it's now Emmanuel. Yeah. That's where it's saying gold by himself when I say gold of gold. Because gold of gold said there's more than one God. That's what he said. You need to understand that this is about spiritual aspect of life, not your mortal aspect, not how you feel, but how it is. One more time. Reason, purpose, and goal. Reason, purpose, and goal. I know for a fact that man created that lighter. Reason, purpose, goal. I know for a fact God created me in his image. Reason, purpose, and goal. Free your mind. Your answer will follow. Remember, the direct connect to goal is here. And when you get it here, it's your spirit. Because this is your connection to goal. Because this is the first thing he brought to life on man. This. Not your heart, but this. All of this was alive first. So this is your connect to goals. Your spirit connect to goals. Your mental connect to goals. You look up, you recognize, so that when he looks down, he recognizes you because you look up and he looking dead into your face as you look dead into his. Because if you keep looking up, you can and will see goals because he will present himself to you because you are continuously looking up and doing what you're supposed to do by giving him his glory by looking up. Trip, seeds, trip, seeds, trip, seeds. Cool, call, collect, W, whole wide world. Nigri, ni, Mawanzo. Wow. Woe is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man, Adam called son, S-U-N, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, in the name of the true begotten Son, Emmanuel, I-M-A-N-U-L, whose name in God with us, Matthew 1:23, in the name of the true motherland, Nigri, Tia, N-I-G-R-I-T-I-A, which means land of the gods. Ki, Swahili, Tower of Babel, man's first tongue, Kunta Kinte. Amani, kutoka, you, peace from above. Enjoy your weekend in the name of Emmanuel. Go with us.